Welcome back to the podcast. Today we will be reviewing / talking about the novel The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien. Today our special guest will be...
I'm Roscoe, and I will be the special guest today. Nice to meet you all.
Perfect, thank you. What would you rate this book on a scale out of 1 to 10?
Honestly, I would rate this book a solid 8.5 out of 10 because it's a really interesting book, especially if you're into history. It goes into great depth about the character, and I think it's really cool how the author is actually someone who was in the war to experience it all and write about it. Also, I really enjoy how Tim, the author, expresses his message to the characters because he gives you a good perspective of the story.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% there, especially how he used Norman Boker and Marianne, especially when he used her to show how war can easily change someone's identity. He used that perfectly.
Exactly. It really helps you get a view of the things that happen in the war and how it's easy for some people to be drawn into more than others. Also, I really like how he expresses themes like impact of war and identity and the burdens of trauma.
Same. It really makes me dive deeper into the book and makes you more curious of what's next to come, especially when he talks about Marianne going missing in the jungle and they find her with the green berets, and she has all these new accessories, the tongue of necklaces, her eye color differences, and her style is completely changed. That really makes people like curious and like gives you so much detail. Also, it all ties together because in the story when Rat Kiley is talking about Marianne, he says how she is no timid child and she was curious about things. And it ties together because that like makes sense of how she was discovering the jungle and how she like got lost into it.
Yeah, it does. Also, when Norman Boker and the soldiers were digging through the poop field and found Kiowa's dead body, that part was interesting, especially since that was the beginning of his PTSD.
No, yeah, you're completely right about that. I forgot, honestly. But, question, what's one message you think Tim is trying to send through this novel?
Good question. I think that he is trying to maybe express how deaths in the war can cause trauma to soldiers who may never come back from it, especially when losing a close friend like Kiowa and Norman. Or he could be trying to tell the readers how soldiers are heavily impacted so much that it could change your way of viewing things or how others view you.
Okay, yeah, no, I kind of get the drift of where you're going with that. But what makes you think that?
Well, because in the real world, lots of veterans struggle with things like that after the wars. And honestly, they aren't noticed enough by other people in public. Which makes me think that that's the real reason Tim wrote this book, to help veterans feel noticed and not forgotten.
True. Okay, thank you. That pretty much wraps up the podcast. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you, Roscoe, for joining us. Hope you guys had an amazing time watching this. Hope you guys kind of understand what we're talking about. And I hope you guys enjoy the novel. Thank you. Peace out. Look into the camera. Look, right here. No. This little lazy boy doesn't want to get into his job. Come on, little boy.